This is Bishop Alfred Jackson, the pastor of Tabernacle of Praise Church International in York, South Carolina. Coming to you this evening just to greet you and to thank you for tuning in to this series of messages that will come forth in this time of refreshing from the Lord. Several months ago, the Lord laid this in my heart because all of us have been dealing with this pandemic and things have really changed for many of us. We're not able to do the things that we once were doing, sometimes go to places that we were once going. Some of us trying to follow the protocols have not even visited family like we once were doing. So this has really been a stressful and a trying time since probably late April, May of this year, when things really changed for us. People are really going through a lot. A lot of people are under pressure. A lot of people are under stress. A lot of people are feeling the burden of being closed in and closed off. And on television, you hear a lot about what people can do to kind of make life better, to change their situations and circumstances. But as believers, one of the things that we need is we need a time of refreshing that only God can give us. And many times over the years, as I've gone through things in my personal life and sometimes felt down and out, sometimes felt depressed, sometimes just needing a word from the Lord, this scripture, this phrase from the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 20, often comes to mind. Now, you know, as Peter preaches, he talks about the people repenting and being converted so that a time of refreshing would come from the presence of the Lord, and how God would send Jesus back, speaking of the second coming of Christ. But that phrase, a time of refreshing coming from the presence of the Lord, is what we need in this time. And I was reminded of that a few months ago, a time of refreshing coming from the presence of the Lord. And so I shared it with our ministerial staff and said to them that when the pandemic was over, that we would do a 8-night revival. Well, this pandemic is not over, and we're still not gathering for revival services. And then we began to talk about something a bit different from revival. We talked about reformation and how reform needed to take place. Because many times revival is reviving the old patterns and the old ways, you know, and some of those are good, some of those are bad. But people really need to be reformed. They need God. They need God. They need God in his ways. And we've been talking about this. So I gave them an assignment that they were to prepare a message to speak to reformation, to speak to change, to speak to what would be needed that will bring a time of refreshing from the Lord. And we're going to begin tonight with this series of messages, beginning tonight and going through Sunday night of next week. Of course, we will have our regular morning worship services. I'm not sure if I'm preaching on a time of refreshing or not. I'll do that as the Lord leads, but tune in to our Sunday morning worship. But if you can't tune in on Sunday morning, tune in on Sunday night and catch each one of these anointed men and women of God as they bring forth a message that will take us into a time of refreshing that only the Lord can bring us. The word of the Lord is rich. The word of the Lord is good. The word of the Lord is food for our souls, and the word of the Lord that comes from the Lord will refresh us. Thank you for planning to tune in. Maybe you can't catch every night. Catch the nights that you can. We will have a schedule up as to who's going to minister on which night, so catch the night that you can. But tune in, and you will be blessed. Thank you so much. God bless you.